to acknowledge the goodness of God.
láti lè mọ dídára Ọlọ́run.
The question is,
ìbéèrè ni
what
pé
is the goodness of God?
kí ni dídára Ọlọ́run gan?
Endless mercy.
òun ni àánú àìlópin.
If you try to read
bí ẹ bá gbìyànjú láti kà
most of the passages
ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ẹsẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run
that precisely establish the mercy of God endure forever,
tó fìdí pé àánú Ọlọ́run ń wà títí láéláé múlẹ̀
it
gan.
always been accompanied. It always been a kind of expression of a certain thing.
ó máa ń ní ìsopọ̀ tàbí ìsọ jáde pẹ̀lú ohun kan pàtó.
It will start with, oh, give thanks to the
ó
Lord.
bẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ fi ọpẹ́ fún Olúwa.
And that will be reasoning for us to give thanks to the Lord.
èrèdí kan wà fún wa láti fọpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run.
What is it?
kí sì ni?
For he is good.
nítorí tí ó ṣeun.
And when you try now to see
tàbá wá kíyèsí láti wò
in the
ó.
expressions of that passage,
ní ohun tí ẹsẹ̀ Ọlọ́run
Psalm
yẹn sọ.
100 verse 4 and 5,
orin 100 ẹsẹ̀ kẹrin àti
Psalm 118 verse 1 to
orin
3,
kejì ní 100 ẹsẹ̀ kìíní sí
Psalm
kẹta.
136 from verse 1 to the end,
orin kẹrìndínlógóje ẹsẹ̀ kìíní títí ìparí.
First Chronicle chapter 16 verse 34,
Króníkà kìíní orí kẹrìndínlógún ẹsẹ̀ kẹrìnlélọ́gbọ̀n.
Ezra chapter 3 verse 11,
Ẹ́sítérà orí kẹta ẹsẹ̀ kọkànlá.
Psalm 107 verse 1,
orin kẹtàdínláàádọ́fà
and
ẹsẹ̀
many in the scriptures.
àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ nínú ìwé mímọ́.
Wherever you see, you will see that
tẹ́ bá ti rí ẹ ó rí i pé
I've been too much haste, Abi. I've rushed you.
bóyá mo ti yára jù.
You will permit me, Chair, because I don't want to take much time.
ẹ gbà mí láyè láti yára bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí mo fẹ́ gbà lákòókò.
It's going to be a vast message.
yóò jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tí yóò yà kánmọ́kánmọ́.
Psalm 100 verse 4 and 5.
orin 100 ẹsẹ̀ kẹrin sí
That is a
ìkarùn-ún.
command, say, enter into the gates
àṣẹ kan bẹ pé ẹ wọ ẹnu ọ̀nà
with
rẹ̀
thanksgiving
tí ẹ̀yin ti ọpẹ́
and into his courts
àti sí àgbàlá rẹ̀
with praise.
tí ẹ̀yin ti ìyìn.
That you are to be giving thanks unto the
ẹ
Lord.
máa dúpẹ́ fún un
For what?
nítorí kíni.
For he is
pé
good.
Ọlọ́run ṣeun.
And he will not give all reasons.
ó wá fún wa ní èrèdí gan.
What made God good?
kí ló mú kí Ọlọ́run dára gan.
So this is the message we are looking at this
eléyìí wá
afternoon.
ní ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tí a fẹ́ kéèsì
He
lọ́sẹ̀.
demanded for being good
ó pè fún jíjẹ́ ẹni
in
rere
acknowledging the goodness of God,
láti lè mọ dídára
which
àti rere
is
Ọlọ́run
endless mercy.
tí a pè ní àánú
That is the topic
àìlópin.
of the message.
àkòrí ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run náà nìyí.
It demanded for being
ó
good
pè fún jíjẹ́ ẹni rere.
in acknowledging the goodness that is reason for his good.
èrèdí sì ń bẹ fún dídára rẹ̀ yìí.
Bible has given us the reasons for his goodness.
rẹ̀ yìí.
Bible has given us the reasons for his goodness.
Bíbélì fún wa ní ìdí gan fún dídára rẹ̀.
Yes.
Bíbélì fún wa ní ìdí gan fún dídára rẹ̀.
And therefore, if you want to enjoy the goodness of God,
torí náà
and therefore, if you want to enjoy the goodness of God,
torí náà tó bá gbádùn dídára
you are to
Ọlọ́run.
be after of what made God good.
o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ lépa kí ni tó mọ́ Ọlọ́run dáa gan.
You are not good because you don't have that thing.
o ò tí ì jẹ́ rere torí pé o ò tí ì ní nǹkan náà ni.
And if you are not good,
tó o bá sì ti jẹ́ ni
you
rere
can
yìí.
never understand the goodness of God.
o ò lè lóye tàbí mọ dídára Ọlọ́run.
There was a man
ọkùnrin kan wà
in the Bible,
nínú ìwé mímọ́.
a ruler
olórí ni
that came to Jesus
tó tọ̀ Jésù wá.
and
tó tọ̀ Jésù wá.
wanted to show
ó wá fẹ́ fi hàn
that he knew
pé
Jesus.
òun mọ Jésù dáadáa.
He wanted to show.
ó fẹ́ fi hàn.
He wanted to show
ó fẹ́ fi hàn.
that he has understanding about Jesus.
òun lóye nípa
But
Jésù.
Jesus made him to realize that
Jésù jẹ́ ó mọ̀ fún pé
you have no potential of knowing me.
o ò tiẹ̀ ní okun àti lè mọ̀ mí gan.
You-
ní okun àti lè mọ̀ mí gan.
You have no quality of knowing me.
o ò ní àwòmọ́ni tàbí
You
àmú.
have no quality of knowing me.
o ò ní àwòmọ́ni tàbí àmúyá.
A
tí mọ̀
ruler in
mí,
the Bible.
àmúyá
A
tí mọ̀
ruler in
mí.
the Bible.
olórí nínú ìwé mímọ́ ni.
Luke chapter.
olórí nínú ìwé mímọ́ ni.
Luke chapter 18 verse 19.
Luke orí kejìdínlógún ẹsẹ̀ ìkọkàndínlógún.
Mark chapter 10 verse 18.
Mark orí kẹwàá ẹsẹ̀ kejìdínlógún.
Matthew chapter 19 verse 17.
Matthew orí kọkàndínlógún ẹsẹ̀
A
kẹtàdínlógún.
man came to Jesus
ọkùnrin kan tọ̀ Jésù
and he
wá.
cried,
ó wá
say,
ké.
good master.
olùkọ́ni rere.
Jesus said, no,
Jésù pé rárá o.
you have not known me.
o ò tí ì mọ̀ mí.
You have not been good. You can
Oh.
never know my good.
tó o bá tí ì jẹ́ ni rere o ò lè mọ dídára mi.
If a sinner address God as being good, is a liar.
bí ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ bá pe Ọlọ́run pé Ọlọ́run dára òpùrọ́ ni.
If God is good, you will not sin.
bọ́lọ́run bá dára nítòótọ́ o ò ní mọ dẹ́ṣẹ̀.
Because you didn't know, you have not acknowledged the goodness of God. That's why you are committing
torí
sin.
pé o mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló tí mọ rírì dídára ọlọ́run ìdí tó fi ń
If
dẹ́ṣẹ̀.
you acknowledge the goodness of sin, or if you acknowledge the goodness of God, you will never put your hands into
bó
sin.
o bá mọ dídára ọlọ́run ni o ò tiẹ̀ ní kùgbù lọ tọwọ́ bọ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gan.
Because you will understand whom God
torí
is.
pé o ti lóye irú ẹni tọ́lọ́run jẹ́.
So that's why Jesus rebuked that man and said, no,
Jésù fi bẹ́ẹ̀
there's
náà
no
pé,
one good except
"Rárá o,
God."
kò sí ẹni rere kan bí kò sí
Once in
ọlọ́run.
one way or the other,
Kí ni lánàá mi ni
Jesus
pé
was responding to him,
Jésù ń dá
you have
lóhùn
not
pé
known God.
o ò tí ì mọ ọlọ́run,
You have not known me.
o ò tí ì mọ̀ mí,
You are just flattering.
o kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀pọ́n
You have
nípa
not
mi ni,
known me.
o ò mọ̀ mí gan.
It first of all, the mind for you to be good. That is, when you are good, you will understand the goodness of God. Then you will be able to be giving thanks to
Ó
Him.
pè fún ọ kó kọ́kọ́ ti lóye tí a kó jẹ́ ẹni rere náà kó tó wá lè lóye dídára ọlọ́run nígbà náà ló tó lè fi ìyìn fún olúwa.
So Psalm 100 verse 4 and 5.
Orin Dáfídì orin
Psalm
ọgọ́rin ẹsẹ̀
118
kẹrin.
verse 1 to 4.
Orin Dáfídì orin kejìlélógún ẹsẹ̀ kìíní sí
Psalm
ìkẹrin.
136, the whole chapter.
Orin ìkẹrìndínlógóje gbogbo orí náà délẹ̀.
First Chronicle chapter 16 verse 34.
Kóríkà kìíní orí kẹrìndínlógún ẹsẹ̀ ìkẹrìnléní ọgbọ̀n.
Extra chapter 3 verse 11.
Extra orí kẹta ẹsẹ̀
Psalm
ìkọkànlá.
107 verse 1.
Orin ìkẹtàdínní àádọ́fà ẹsẹ̀ kìíní.
And James chapter 1 verse 17.
Àti Jákọ́bù orí kìíní ẹsẹ̀ ìkẹtàdínní
That
ogún.
the good gift is coming from God.
Ẹ̀bùn rere ń bọ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wá.
And why are we to lift up our voice unto him and ask for the good gift? Because he's a God that has no partiality.
Kí ni ìta gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ohùn wa sókè sí láti béèrè fún ẹ̀bùn rẹ̀ torí pé ó jẹ́ Ọlọ́run tí kì í ṣègbè.
Now, we are looking at it's
Àwọn wo?
demanded
Ó pè fún
for being good
jíjẹ́ ẹni rere
to acknowledge the goodness of God, which is endless mercy.
láti lè mọ rírì dídá Ọlọ́run tí a pè ní
Can
àánú
you please
àìlópin.
read one or two
Ṣé ẹ lè ka
of
ọ̀kan
those
tàbí
scriptures
méjì
I have
nínú
given?
àwọn ẹsẹ̀ Ọlọ́run tí
Fast,
mo ti fún wa
fast
ní
reader, please.
kánmọ́.
Psalm 105,
Orin
100 verse 5.
Orin ọgọ́rùn-ún ẹsẹ̀ karùn-ún
From verse 4 to 5.
láti ẹsẹ̀ kẹrin.
For because the Lord is, what is it? Psalm 100.
Orin ọgọ́rùn-ún
Yes. Verse 4. Verse 4. Verse 4
ẹsẹ̀
and
kẹrin
5.
rẹ̀.
Enter into the gates
Lọ́sẹ̀
of
náà
the
náà
Lord
rẹ̀.
with thanksgiving,
Tẹ̀yìn tí ọpẹ́
and to his court
ti sí àgbàlá rẹ̀.
with praise. There is no anywhere
Kò síbì kan
where the mercy of God that has no end is mentioned without giving us the reasons for it.
tí a ti lè dárúkọ àánú Ọlọ́run tí kò lópin tí a ní sọ èrèdí gan
That
fún un
God is good.
pé torí pé Ọlọ́run dára
So because he's good,
torí pé ó dára yìí
we are being expected to thank him.
àwa ń retí wa pé kí a mọ
So my
dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀.
charge before you this afternoon
Ọ̀rọ̀ mi sí wa níwájú
is that
alọ́sàn ni
this
pé
month that God has given to you,
ní oṣù tí Ọlọ́run ti fi fún ọ
let
o
it become month of thanksgiving.
jẹ́ kó di oṣù ìdúpẹ́.
There is no any cause for you never to thank God.
Kò sí ìdí kan fún ọ láti mọ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
You have reasons of thanking
O
God.
ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìdí láti
If
dúpẹ́
you
lọ́wọ́
are
Ọlọ́run.
having challenges, I want to tell you it has been the goodness of God that permitted that
Tó o bá
challenge.
ní àwọn ìdojúkọ kan mo fẹ́ sọ fún ọ pé nínú dídára Ọlọ́run gan ló gbàyè fún ìdojúkọ yìí láti
Mo
dé
ti
bá ọ.
sọ lọ́pọ̀ ìgbà.
I have said it
Tó
countless
o bá
times.
ní ìlàkọjá ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ owó ọmọléèwé oníjí oronú olúwàgbọ̀n ọlọ́mọ ló fi rọ́mọ léèwé.
You are having challenges of paying your child's school fees is making it to be sorrowful is because God has blessed you with children. That's why you could think of
Ọmọ
having
rẹ
problem.
mọ̀wé ló fi ní wàhálà
It's
léèwé.
because your child is brilliant. That's why you have problem in the school.
Ọmọ rẹ dàgbà ló fi ní wàhálà
It's
yẹn.
because your child has grown up. That's why you have that challenges.
Kò sí ní tó dé bá ọ láti inú dídá Ọlọ́run ló ti wá.
There is nothing that comes your way. It comes out of the goodness of God.
Epo wọn
There is a hike in fuel
oníkèsì
price.
pẹ̀lú epo ni.
You have case with fuel. That's why.
Tó o bá ní kèsì pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ epo kí
If you don't
lọ́kàn
have
ẹ̀.
any case with issue of
Tó o bá ní kèsì pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ epo kí
if you don't
lọ́kàn
have
ẹ̀.
any case with issue of fuel, what
Tó o
concerns
bá
you?
lọ́kadà.
You don't have
tó
a
ní márúwá.
motorcycle, you don't have a
Tó ní
tricycle,
kẹ̀kẹ́ a máa rojọ́ epo wọn.
and a bicycle man be thinking of a fuel price.
bó ní kẹ̀kẹ́ náà bá lè tún rojọ́
And if
torí pé abùn ní kẹ̀kẹ́
the
ni.
bicycle man is also complaining, it's because he's blessed with that bicycle.
kò dẹ̀ sí ìpele tó o dé láyé ẹnìkan ń tọrọ ayé ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́
And there is no level of life you are. There is someone that is begging God to have such a lifestyle that. And there is no level of life you are. There is someone that is begging God to have such a lifestyle that you are having.
ìyá ní ìsìnkúnlẹ̀ ó ní ẹ bá ń gbàdúrà.
And mommy knelt
kó
down
lóun
and
kéde
said,
jáde.
that God
àwọn
should
kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ń lu Ọ̀yọ́
prophesy someone
pé
in
káwọn náà
Ọ̀yọ́.
ti gbajúmọ̀ bí
That
Oyíndàmọ́lá ṣe gbajúmọ̀.
also wants
àwọn
to
kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ń lu Ọ̀yọ́
prophesy someone
pé
in
káwọn náà
Ọ̀yọ́.
ti gbajúmọ̀ bí
That they
Oyíndàmọ́lá ṣe gbajúmọ̀.
Also want to be popular as the way Oyindamola is so popular.
ìwòyí ìjẹ́jọ́
Last week,
bá ṣe introduce ẹ ní
immediately she was
Bọ́lá rẹ ti Ọ̀yọ́ lélẹ̀.
this is Bọ́lá rẹ for Ọ̀yọ́.
kíní kan Ọ̀yọ́
This
lélẹ̀.
is for something of
wọ́n
Ọ̀yọ́.
introduce ẹ báwọn.
She was not introduced like
wọ́n
that.
special introduce
They
ẹ ní
specially introduced
Bọ́lá rẹ ti àwọn lélẹ̀.
our own
kíní kan
Bọ́lá
ti ẹ
rẹ.
lélẹ̀.
This